Yeah, thank you, our Unity Band. Oh, good morning. Wow, isn't it a wonderful morning in March in Michigan? I'm Reverend Sharon Ketchum, and we want to welcome you to Unity Spiritual Center of Lansing. If you are here for the first time, I hope you received an LED light bulb on your way in, because we appreciate you sharing your light with us, so we'd like to do the favor in return. We also are a prayer ministry. We have a prayer box over there. If you have any prayer concerns or celebrations, our prayer team will pray with you for the next 30 days, and then we forward it to Silent Unity. And over there we have a prayer station if you like a little more interactive prayer experience. It is Women's History Month. Yay! It's funny, when we tell history, we always tell it from the male perspective. We've had male presidents and all that. So this will be a month we'll put in little learning things about women in our history as we go forward. Also, a little bit of business here. Whoops. Oh, I just dropped that under there. I'm going to, can you get it, Greg? Oh, Stacy. I'm going to pass around a little sign-up sheet. We are, as you know, in the middle of refreshing our activity area and room, and we're getting ready for painting time. So if you have some times that you're available for painting, you can sign up on your availability, and when we reach those points, we can give you a call to help prep or paint on that. So, and with that, let's start with our mission, affirming together. We spiritually awaken to our oneness with God, with each other, and with all creation. And this comes out of the vision of seeing a world powerfully transformed through a growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. We understand that there is only one presence, one power, but there are many pathways and many ways of understanding that. So let us affirm together. The enlightenment of Buddha shines within us. The compassion of the Christ moves through us. The power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us. The presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. And for those of you that are joining us online, by the way, if you happen to be in the area and would like to help with painting or prepping, send us a little note on the chat. You can do the chat on YouTube, yeah. We're now going to take a little moment to enter into that state of oneness as Greg leads us in singing an invocation by Lucille Olson.
Great Spirit, holy source of light, let your light shine bright, shine within our hearts and minds so we reflect the purpose of our soul. May your love unfold, may your peace within our hearts abide. It's time now for the lion to lie down with the lambs. May we find the peace of the heart of your I am. May true love and meaning every human find. May your light shine brightly forth in every heart and mind. Great Spirit, holy source of light, let your light shine bright, illuminating all our lives so we reflect the magnitude of love below and so above. May love and peace within our hearts abide.
So just breathe that in, that wonderful, peaceful presence brought together as we sing together. And we enter into prayer for our neighbors, for ourselves and our world. You may have those that are heavy on your hearts this morning that we'll bring into this circle of prayer of our community. I was thinking about those out in California who've had this huge snowstorm, and here in Michigan where we're having the spring weather, and Mother Nature is doing kind of a weird dance. So we're praying for all the budding trees, the budding every kind of plants, that they find their own sync with this new kind of song that we are singing. Also really wanted to hold the emergency aid workers and healthcare workers in Gaza. This has been a really tough week over there. I won't go into the details on that. And I think overall, holding peace and politics together, that they might be, intertwined as opposed to opposites of that. So let's just take a moment to open our hearts, to feel that oneness first here in this room, but it's a oneness that expands beyond any walls, beyond any boundaries, to all that is our planet, our people, life itself, ever forging forward. We bless the missteps that it carries us into a greater journey. We bless the fears that they might be dissolved, so they might receive love, compassion, and support. And we take that opportunity to hold the high watch, to find the best in our minds and hearts for each and every one, each and every expression of life. And so it is. Amen. And it's the first Sunday in March, birthday month. Okay, you're back from Florida a little. Come on, all you March birthdays, come on up so we can sing to you. Oh, and this is the biggest month of birthdays in our church. Yeah. Oh, you haven't left yet. Okay, well, come on up so we can celebrate you. Yeah. Okay. A good month. Well, September was a good month. Conception time. Would you like a birthday card? And you can go ahead and lead us in singing.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You're wonderful.
wonderful. Happy
Oh, I do.
birthday to
I forgot. Yes, yay. And many more. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope that message. Oh, I love mine. When fear speaks, it's always wrong. Unless being chased by a wild beast. When love speaks, it's always right and usually bouncy. Game on, the universe. I love that. Okay. Well, a little discussion question this morning. Oh, did I? Yeah. What pushes your buttons? Now, I'm thinking about times that you felt insulted by what somebody said or did, times you felt hurt, times maybe that you felt unseen. So what is it that pushes your buttons?
Wow. It's been a while since I felt button pushing.
Yeah, I thought about that. I can't think of when I've been insulted. In general, it pushes my buttons when I know there's rules and people are breaking them. Mm-hmm. Like speeding down the street, right. Passing me like I'm some idiot driving too slow.
That annoys me too. And so you have these thoughts like, I hope a cop gets him. I'd love to see them pulled over.
Well, don't you see that on the highway, the guy that passed you, then down the road you see them pulled over and you go, karma, right?
I mean, you don't want to have that, what shouldn't Freud? But it's hard not to sometimes.
Yeah, so there's that feeling of being right and play by the rules and...
Well, I have studied the book you talks about, and it helped a lot, and it still does. We have it posted right up, like the poster of right on our office door at home.
Oh, do you? Cool.
And, so it's gotten a lot better. People just don't push my buttons anymore much.
Because families are usually the best at it.
Even them.
Yeah.
It's like, I have a small family, and I've really learned how to let it roll off my back when they do try.
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah, let's bring
family,
together.
So
let's go one big family.
everybody. Get up on your feet. See everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Assiff, your platform assistant for today. Unity's daily word is grace, inspired by 1 Timothy, and the grace of God overflowed for me with the faith and love of Spirit. From the moment we greet the day to the moment we rest at night, we are enfolded in the grace of God. We find grace in the rhythm and balance of the natural world. It is in the beauty of sunrise, a sweet, gentle rain. We find grace in the sweet souls with whom we share this beautiful planet, the faces of our dear ones and others we meet throughout the day. Grace is the presence of God made manifest. Grace blesses our own lives as well. It is the unexpected kindness, the serendipity, the forgiven error. It is the assurance that we carry in the deepest recesses of our soul that we are loved and treasured, secure in the heart of God. Let us affirm together, the grace of God surrounds and enfolds me. In 2012, 15-year-old Malala was shot in the head by the Taliban because of speaking out for the rights of girls to learn. By some act of grace, she survived the shooting and became a well-known advocate for women's education. Malala said, "I raise up my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot succeed when half of us are held back." As a Pakistani advocate for female education, she was 17 when she became the world's youngest Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Her advocacy has grown into an international movement. So let us welcome Linda Abar to raise her voice with some special music.
This is a song that I found on YouTube. Thank God for algorithms. It's called Heal. Take my mind and take my pain, like an empty bottle takes the rain, and heal, 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 and take my past and take my sins. Like an empty sail takes the wind. And heal, 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 heal. And tell me something's lost. And tell me something's lost. Take my heart and take my hand. Like an ocean takes the dirty sand. And heal, 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 heal. And take my mind and take my pain. Like an empty bottle takes the rain. And heal, 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 heal. And tell me something's last. 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 Thank you.
Now that we're all healed. Well, a couple weeks ago, I started on a Lenten series based on the Four Agreements. This is really a journey about personal transformation. And, you know, of all the books that people read around here, I think this is the one I hear referenced the most. I thought it was kind of a good time to bring it out and brush it off and see what it has for us. So a couple weeks ago, we started with the first agreement, be impeccable with your word. And for me, that's really about our authenticity, about being genuinely authentic, not saying something we don't mean and really being conscious that we mean what we say, and this is part of our value system and everything. So for Lent, I left you with some suggestions about giving up self-disrespect. We often talk down to ourselves, consciously love ourselves, to give up hurtful gossip, instead use some God gossip, some good gossip that lifts people up, and give up the need to be right. Instead, we could choose to be happy, you know, letting go of those kind of judgments. So at the beginning of the book of the Four Agreements, there's a little story about the smoky mirror. I want to share a short overview with you today. This man, about 3,000 years ago, he was studying to be a shaman, a wisdom teacher, but what he was being taught wasn't quite right. And so he had this vision one night as he was sitting there contemplating, opening up to what's next. And he's looking at the stars, and this is from the Hubble telescope. I mean, that's our universe. Isn't that awesome? All those bright lights. That is not rhinestones. That's where we live. And he got it, that he's made of the light, the same stuff that stars are made of. And he got this little awakening, this connection with it. And then he said, he got it that the stars don't create the light, that light creates the stars. Then he realized that everything was made of light, that even the space between the stars isn't empty, that there's something there. You feel it's just going broader and broader in this understanding, and that the light continues to spread through the universe, through the cosmos. And he called the stars tonal, and he called the light between the stars nogal. Words I hadn't heard before, but here's what he was meaning by that. That he says tonal is the social person, the protector, the guardian, the organizer of the world. The tonal is everything we have a word for. You know, those things that we name, that's tonal. That's what we think is real as a substance. And Nagual is that which we don't have a word for. Think about that. The part that has no description, that has no words, no names, no feelings, no knowledge. It's the unformed ethers, if you will. Or as Charles Fillmore said, he put things a little differently in his book Prosperity. He goes, the things we see outwardly are the effects that have arisen from causes that are invisible to us. Those things that we don't have a name for. There's an inner and outer to everything. Both the mental and the material conditions pervade in the universe. So teachers, truth teachers, have all come to this by different words, different names. That which is seen, matter, and then there's the stuff that we can't explain. It limits it as soon as we put a word onto it. It's just the unformed energy, the ethers of the universe. So to take that, to start understanding that what we see is really the illusion of our perception. We can all look at something. I might say that tablecloth is purple, and Lucille might say that too, but we might have a different definition of purple. I mean, we just can't tell what the other people are using their words for. So getting the thing that it is all God, all universe, whatever name you want to use for that allness of the tonal and the Nagual, that our human perception, how we see the world, if you think about it, we're light and we're perceiving light. Light perceiving light. Just like the stars don't make the light, light makes the stars. But as humans, we have this perception delusion, if you will, that matter, everything we have names for, creates kind of a smoke in front of the mirror. So what we're looking at, we don't see clearly. Our clarity it's just foggy, if you will. It's smoky. You kind of know that it's out there, but it's not really the clear, the truth that we see it. It's really difficult for us to see ourselves as pure love and pure light. We tend to dance around those areas that we have names for, that we feel that we know, or we can control, we can influence. The Toltecs call this mitote, that we live in this fog created by our dreams meaning perceptions. And because we live in this fog, and think about it, when you're driving in the fog, we probably have a tendency to slow down because we can't quite see, we can't quite know. We look to do something to protect ourselves because we don't know for sure. But we do the same thing with this foggy, this smoky mirror, this way of protecting ourselves because we don't quite have a clear vision of things. We're taught the right way to kind of dream. We're taught that this is right and this is wrong, this is bad, this is good, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable as we're going through life. And we're also taught how to judge others. This is all part of that dream, that illusion of otherness. And I brought down the dream catcher up there. That was made for us by a church in North Kansas City right after the fire. They got together and they blessed all the feathers and made this dream catcher for us, because the story of the dream catcher is that it takes all the bad dreams, the fears, all that stuff, it captures them so you don't have to carry them. And so that's been hanging in my office, since they sent it to us shortly after the fire. It was such a wonderful gift and so symbolic of being able to kind of clean up, kind of like a vacuum cleaner for all those fears and things that we might have. So this is a mitote, all those. It's like we build these little brick walls to protect ourselves. We have these beliefs in place because we can't see real clearly, so we want to be safe. How do you slow down in life? Well, you build walls to keep the unknown out, or the unclear out, those foggy things out. I really liken it to when you go into those fun houses and those distorted mirrors. So smoke is the reflected distortion of our interpretation of the light. We don't even realize we're not seeing clearly. It becomes our distortion. It becomes our dream, our stories that we've made up. So I often use the term stories. We make up these stories, and we assume everybody else has the same script too. So the smoke is the dream. The mirror is us, the dreamer. So though we think we're looking at the real world, what we're looking at is our illusion, our perception, that we've made up. So bear with me on this. We'll come up to the second agreement. I need to have this set up for you so we can really accept that though this seems so real, it seems like we see everything directly, we only see through our perception, we only see through our stories, we only see through our dreams. So we have this little box of dreams of protection that we've built up around us. These are agreements that we've really made with ourselves, okay? Okay. I remember as a kid on the way home, we used to say, step on a crack, break your mother's back, and you'd be really careful unless you were angry with your mom, and then you would. So we make what we feel fit into this little brick box that we have, this protective box that we have built for ourselves. And though this is what causes our individual suffering, being attached to this story, this dream, it also, the race consciousness of humanity, this impacts us globally. And if you think about it, there is a pervasive idea that we need to be fearful in our world, that places are violent, that there's injustices being done, that we focus on what's wrong, because that's what gets our attention, as opposed to those things that are working. This is our dream, our smoky mirror, if you will. And we are always on the search for truth, for higher truth, greater understanding. But in that will reveal some of our fears, because if we are searching for justice, we have to believe there isn't justice. If we're searching for love, we have to believe we're without love. If we're searching for calm or peace, we must believe there isn't calm and peace. So this is this whole idea of living in a duality world, a world that's relative. We judge everything in relationship to something else, that this is better, this is worser, whatever that might be. In truth, everything is already inside us. I don't think any of us ever really learn anything. I think we always remember something. It comes forth and you go, you don't even know where it comes from. You may have read a book a dozen times and at one point, all of a sudden you get it. You know, it digs down through that box of bricks that you've built to keep yourself safe, and then you get the truth. That light finally comes forth. This wonderful aha moment. So the second agreement is don't take anything personally. So you needed this build-up because you have to realize that it's not personal, that it's all an illusion, and we're making up these stories, these little bricks. Nothing people do is because of you. Anybody uncomfortable with that? This is the truth. Nothing people do is because of you. We always have choices. And if we take something personally that somebody else says or does to us, or does because we think it's because us, it's because we're assuming that they know what's in our world. We're assuming they have our life script of how life should be. And of course, we all know what assume means. Okay, yes. And if the other thing is sometimes we try to impose our world on their world because we have the real vision. We've seen the light. They just need to know it. You know, this is the right way. This is the best way. This is the correct way, if you will. So sometimes that's hard to remember when somebody has pushed your buttons. So I have this little sign that is helpful. So if I find somebody criticizing me, when others criticize me, I remember it's all about them. They don't know what's in my dream. This is about their dream. And if I find myself criticizing somebody else, I remember that it's all about me. It's all about me. So this is a great little sign. Vision this. You know, if you find yourself criticizing, it's all about self. And if you're being criticized, it's their stuff. Who cares? You know, that's their dream. Let them live it. It's okay. Just let it go. Let it go. So, some of you were here a few years ago when Martha Creek came by to give us some training. She's got a great little book, Martha's Pearls, a couple other ones she has out. She talks about giving up reactivity. Because every time that we react, it's like building energy that just is a snowball effect. And we've all been there. I remember one time my son had done something that really made me angry. and I gave him a punishment for 1 week, and then he said something that made me angrier, so I went to 2 weeks, then I went to a month, until he riled me up so much he was grounded for a year. At which point he went into his bedroom and shut the door. And then I sat down, I go, he is so clever. He got me to be so reactive that I did something that was impossible to enact. There was no way I was going to be able to ground him for a year. But we do this at other levels, right? The energy just keeps going. The mad gets madder, and it keeps, talk about a Mad Hatter's tea party here. So if we realize that everybody has this unique illusion, that everybody has their perception, and then we start to realize that there's something beyond the smoke, something beyond the kind of distorted mirror, how we're seeing other people. And it's a way of giving everybody permission to be themselves, to be impeccable with their word, because they're not going to get judged for whatever it is as they have said. The other thing that happens is we often overestimate our personal importance. The world revolves around us. Everything we do wrong, everybody has seen. Again, you go back to when you were in school, and if for girls at that point, we used to wear pantyhose in my day, and if you had a run, you knew everybody in the school was talking about it. Oh my God, she's imperfect. You see her come to school with a run in her stockings, whatever that might be. And not only are we feel personal importance about that, we feel responsible for everything. Everything. There was this friend of mine, Cynthia, who was raised Catholic, and she really worked for her. And on Good Friday, she would go, this one year, she went to 7 different churches for Good Friday service to pray for everybody's soul to be saved. And at the end of the day, she felt guilty that she hadn't prayed enough to save everybody's soul. Responsible for everything. But we've all done that to one degree or another. You're holding a party and it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, or you wanted to make sure everybody had a good time there. We become overly responsible. In a sense, the universe does go around us. We're the center of our universe, but we're not the center of other people's universe. So that's really a choice about how much responsibility we're going to take for others. And along with that responsibility, this idea that the judge and the victim, because in a relative world, we have somebody who says this is bad or good, and somebody who goes, oh my goodness, I'm bad, or I'm good, They're interchangeable. So sometimes we're the judger, sometimes we're the victim. And I call that emotional dumpster diving. In all of our dreams, we have some garbage. We have some baggage that we're carrying with us. And somebody sees that and they want to get in there and fix it. Well, all they've done is dived into this garbage, this emotional garbage. It's real easy for us to pick that up from one another. And you can tell you're doing this when you're watching your process of trying to be angry, of trying to be jealous, of trying to be sad, trying to figure out, to convince yourself that this is how I should react to the situation, even though you don't authentically feel that. You're picking up the rightness for somebody else. You're picking up the protection for somebody else. And with it, you're taking on what you have assumed is their story, what you have assumed is their script for their life. That whole thing that, with the emotional thing, sometimes it's because we think everybody's talking about us. Do you ever walk up to a couple people talking and all of a sudden it gets quiet when you show up? I knew they were talking about me. Yeah, because I didn't bring in the best thing for the potluck. I knew I should have fixed that other dish, whatever that might be. This is a story that we make up. This is our illusion, again, that the world revolves around us. And if we understand the impact of these individual illusions and don't allow that to be our motivator, our propeller through life, there's a great sense of freedom, that none of this has to do with us, that we can just bless it and let it go. Bless it, let it be. It's really kind of an immunity challenge. If somebody says something very negative about you, hurtful, cuts you down, it's like somebody sending you poison, and you get a choice of whether or not to drink it. Like if we get it that it's not about me, it's all about them when they're doing hurtful. And if we're sending the poison to somebody else, Remember, it's not about them, it's about us. We have this unresolved emotional garbage that we didn't get to the dumpster yet. We want to get there. So just don't to take it personally. And it's so simple and so hard. Because, boy, sometimes it really feels personal. Jesus said, "Do not fear, it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." In other words, that idea that the cosmos, the universe, the light, is here for joy and for upliftment, not for competitive dualism. But it's so hard to believe that. It is so hard to incorporate that. But we can make new agreements. We can think differently and act differently if we start letting that illusion go that we are responsible for everything, that we are, we are. We are that reactive force within our universe, as opposed to that listening force, that observing force, that curious force, if you will. And if we get so attached to our own view that this is the right, this is the perfect script, this is the truth, what we're seeing, we miss the bigger view, the divine view, God's view, whatever name you want to use for the Tao, that allness. Think about it. In our life, we get to see through this small, narrow lens. And when we get so attached to that, we miss all the other. Last week, many of you know, I was away for my sister's funeral service. And when you hear people talk about somebody who has passed, and you realize all the different things you didn't know about the other people, because we only have this very specific viewpoint of anybody that we know in our life. They're in this part of our life, somebody else is in this part of our life, and when you get to hear the full scope, it's just so mind-boggling. How did I miss that? How did I not know that, you know? So, knowing that reactions escalate more reactions, knowing that that humanness, that ego-ness that gets involved limits our view. One of those changes you can make is really to approach life with more spiritual curiosity. This looks really like this right now up close, but suppose I took a step back and got that broader view. Instead of judging this to be good, bad, old, new, whatever the judgment is, suppose we said, wonder what this is about. What am I going to learn from this? What transformation is this? Or maybe it has nothing to do with me. Maybe this is just something I observe on my journey. So in the time of Lent, I like anagrams, so I got light enhances new thoughts. And this time of year is about the light coming back. I mean, it's a wonderful time of year where we all feel lifted up. Not one of us can walk outside and see that sun shining and not smile, even if it's inward. There's just a warmth and a surety about that whole cycle of life. So for Lent, perhaps we want to give up the smoky illusion so that we can see more of the light and so it won't be clouded with fog. Give up responsibility for the action of others, but accept responsibility for our actions. Okay, give up the fear of ridicule or rejection. That's what I breathe through. Ask for what you need. Does anybody get a little sweaty about asking for what you need? You know, wow, can you imagine living without any fear of ridicule or rejection? That you could just say, if somebody says no to you, okay, it's okay. It's just to like water through your fingers, just letting it go as opposed to attaching to it and trying to grasp that water when you know you got leaky hands, if you will. To give up guilt or self-judgment. When you do that and somebody asks you a question, you can say yes or no without all this heavy weight, or what will they think of me if I say no? What will they think of me if I say yes? Or, you know, any variation of that. And then perhaps you really know that you can follow your bliss, that you can always follow your heart. So we're going to go into a time of meditation right now. I invite you to just close your eyes and take a deep breath if it's comfortable for you. Before you close your eyes, just take a look at those stars and get that that's where we live. Wow. Okay, so as we close our eyes and just check in with this physical body of ours. What a magnificent vehicle. Supporting us in so many ways. We kind of smile at our physical self. It truly is a delight. that allows us to have this human experience. As we take a couple gentle, unhurried breaths, moving us away from any monkey mind, any chaos, any to-do list, moving us into that place of oneness, into that noggle, that place without words. As we move ever deeper, we move into that space where we can have a communion with love and of love. We can allow ourselves to float into that vibration and frequency of love, the essence of light itself. Wherever something feels awkward or unharmonic, allow it to relax and to be raised to that higher vibration. That errant thought that keeps popping up, just infuse it with that vibration of love. We allow ourselves to love life just as it is, without conditions, without expectations, without obligation, so we might love ourselves without judgment, without limitation, just as we are. We reach that space of feeling that self-love, of being that love. It's only then that we can truly love others, that we can be impeccable with our love. And so the love spreads like gentle waves on a spring breeze. And as that vibration moves through us, we find our hearts being cleansed of any emotional poison, of any emotional dumpster diving that we may have attached to yesterday, the week before, or a decade before. We allow this too to raise up, to cleanse our hearts of any misperception of the truth of our being. So that in truth today, in this moment, we can live in the love of the Namaste, the light in me beholds the light in you. And so it is. Amen.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living and we are living in the heart
We can end it.
of God. Does it keep going?
I think we end
All right,
it.
let's go. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of God. We are living. We are living. We are living in the heart of
Thank you, Greg. Oh. Okay, spiritual practice for the week. Don't take it personally. Observe what opinions you have. Where are you fearful? Where do you have these bricks you've made up, distortions of the smoky mirrors? And it's okay to let it go. It's okay. And with that, I'm not going to take it personally because Linda's going to sing so much better than me.
You all sounded so beautiful on that last song. Did you feel that? And hear it? You sounded like a choir. It was beautiful. I bet it does. Right on. Keep it up. All right, this is Wade in the Water. Everyone knows that song, but they kill it, so. Young girl dressed in red, wade in the water. It must be the child that Moses led. God's gonna trouble that water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. Trouble that water. Who's that young girl dressed in white? Wade in the water. It must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble that water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Trouble the water. Who's those children dressed in blue? Wade in the water. It must be the children who are coming through. God's gonna trouble that water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Trouble that water. You don't think I've been redeemed? Wade in the water, but see the Holy Spirit looking for me. God's gonna trouble that water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Trouble. God's gonna trouble the water. They rock it.
Thank you, Linda, for both songs. Both songs were just amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanks, Unity Band, for making them too. So now's the time we create a sacred circle of generosity by sharing of the blessings we have received. We know that the gift we give is not a debt we owe. It is a seed we sow from a consciousness of abundance. If you are donating by check or cash, place your gift in the glass jar on the table. If you are donating electronically or by other means, take a moment to place your hand over the jar or your heart. You can also use one of the affirmation tokens. We bless our gifts as we share of our love and our treasure by affirming together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, give thanks, and am glad. Entering the circle of generosity, we thank everyone for their continued generosity of support of Unity through many channels, electronically, by mail, and in person. Our circle of generosity includes acts of gratitude for these many gifts by sharing of our gifts with others. Last month, you voted to share our tithes with Share a Bike, an organization that repairs bikes and distributes them at no charge to immigrants and others in need of transportation. We'll continue our blessing by singing, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I'd like to invite Derek up to lead us in a blessing of the gifts we have received as a community. Let us take a moment to deeply immerse ourselves in the gratitude by collectively blessing the gifts received on your table. Derek, would you please lead us in the blessing on the screen?
Yeah. Given in love, received in love. We dedicate these gifts to the will and the work of Holy Spirit. And so it is.
Amen. Thanks.
Derek didn't get up. His birthday was March 12th.
Oh, happy birthday. His birthday, March 12th. Yay. Okay, next Sunday, we're going to get the spring forward. Yeah, wonderful. Remember to set your clocks ahead 1 hour before heading to bed Saturday night. Also next Sunday is our 9th annual members meeting following the Sunday service. Everyone may attend, but only members who have renewed their membership by the beginning of the meeting may vote. We will be live streaming the meeting on Zoom. We hope to have you there so that we plan for 2024. And then following the annual meeting is a chili potluck. Our hospitality team has sign-ups at the snack table, and I think they went around for everybody to sign up. And you can choose something that you'd like to bring to share. St. Patty's Day is in 2 weeks from today, and it's going to be extra special this year because it's our Friendship Sunday. Invite a friend to join you for your Sunday service. Feel free to wear some green as we make some unique music together and celebrate our friendships. It's been said, make new friends, but keep the old. Those are silver, these are gold. We have a vision of reaching 76 new friends on the 17th. Oh, we'd be full.
We could do that.
We could do that. The March Unity Pulse is on your table. Please take one to use as a handy reference for the many classes and activities at Unity that are offered all during the month. Posters for events are on the information rack as well as our website, unitylansing.org. Okay, so let's stand as we are able to create our circle of consciousness as we sing the peace song followed by the prayer of protection. Please honor each other by getting consent before holding someone else's hand.
Of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God is within us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.